You are watching Chippa live, and Kaizer Chiefs have taken it down to the last game of the season. It's going to be wild on Saturday. We've beaten Chippa United 1-0. I'm with Hunter. He's back in the building. My brother, how did you feel about that game? I feel like we could have extended our goal difference, but we just made it hard for ourselves, as you're saying. What did you think?
Oh my goodness, we should have won by an avalanche of goals, especially the fact that Chippa were down to 9 men. Come on, man. I mean, surely those two red cards that Chippa United actually received should be motivation for us to actually wallop them, and we didn't even take our chances. Because
Uh,
now they switched back to the mentality that they actually possessed post-lockdown. Yes,
mm,
I mean, good thing that Itumeleng Kune came back. He
mm,
really instilled that positive mindset to the players.
mm.
But then, why did they decide to relax, especially after scoring a goal? I mean, they should have just pushed for more goals, man. We were just we needed to focus on goals, all right? We just needed to focus on how many goals should we score, because
Mm.
Sundowns were just capable of scoring an avalanche of goals against Polokwane City. And if you have a look at the
Mm.
other game, they actually managed to win the game by 3 goals to 0.
So that
Meaning,
means,
even though we are 21 goal difference,
mm,
they themselves are on 18 now. So it's just 3 goals apart.
3 goals.
We
We need to
difficult for
score.
ourselves. I mean,
We need to score at least three or four against Baroka now, and I don't know how we're going to do that because we saw what they did to Sundowns last week. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't understand. So let's just get into that because I don't understand why when you're even at 10 men down, surely management should be saying, guys, let's go all in. Come on. Any manager actually does it. Any team around the world, you've seen it. Unless you're winning 4-0 already or you're winning 3-0 already, we have one goal. Kill the game. What is the reason? And I've
Exactly.
seen it before. I think Chiefs has done this before. We have an opportunity to kill the game and we don't kill the game.
Exactly.
Is that a management instruction? Definitely.
I don't think it's management instructions. I think that it's down to the players as well, because surely the players, especially the experienced players, they should know themselves that, look, you, you know that the other team is down to 9 men.
Mm,
Kill the game. They didn't bother to
mm,
kill the game. You check how our guy actually, when he came on, he
mm.
was just basically slowing the game down when he shouldn't have. He should have just helped kill the game.
But that's an
When you're supposed to
instruction
be
from the coach.
forward,
Is that not an instruction from the coach?
you know what, Mish, whether it's instructions from the coach, whether it's the mindset of the players, I'm telling you right now, uh, they should have done better. I hear people are busy saying that, you know what, whether we take the league title or not, regardless of what happens on Saturday, we need a total reshuffle of the team as well as a technical team as well. Because people are still complaining about Middendorp. People are still complaining about Kaizer Chiefs as well. I mean, you have a look at what happened in the first half. First half, we
Mm,
were bossing. Oh, we were bossing from
mm,
the back. We were
mm,
in total command. We had
mm,
intent. But
mm,
man, after the goal, we just decided to relax. We
mm.
should have gone for more goals, man. Kama Billiards, he really performed. For the first time in a long time, he really, really performed. And kudos to him for that.
Yeah. I
Most of
think
the guys, let me tell you, most of the guys, they actually raised their hands and
mm,
they actually performed.
yeah.
They performed because they knew that this was the penultimate game. This was
Mm,
the last game, or should I say, home game of the season. We are
mm,
approaching our very, very last game of the season, which is really, really crucial.
yeah.
And I'm going to say this again. We have put ourselves in the corner. We put ourselves into the situation that we are in right now. When we could have wrapped it up in the game against Stellenbosch,
Mm,
we put ourselves into this. We
yeah.
should never drop unnecessary points the way
Mm,
we did.
yeah.
And I am just so glad that, for the first time since 2009, we finally won a game at Orlando Stadium. It has been eluding us, and we just had to break that up.
Mm,
Good, job done.
yeah.
Now it's time for the ultimate game, the final game of the season, where we really have to kill Baroka. And it's not
Mm,
going to be an easy task. I mean, heaven knows what's going on in the mindset of the players right now. I mean, in the lead up to Saturday, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Massive.
And I have been saying that in the preview that, you know what, the mere fact that we were given a serious lifeline by Mamelodi Sundowns due to their loss to Baroka, my goodness, it's going to end in tears. And I did say that it's not going to end in tears for us. It's not going to end in tears for us, because if you have a look at the way we played in the first half, I mean, we just played with such fluidity. Fluidity. Frosler was just absolutely brilliant, my man. He was just absolutely brilliant.
He's been so important
on the left midfield. Exactly. On the left midfield, he actually gave Chiefs the momentum. He was able to help out Lebohang Manyama to play that free role there.
That's where
he was able to make Kamabila play.
That's where Frosler's the most comfortable. I think that's where he belongs. Not like how he did against Sundowns, you know, in the middle with Sunday. I don't know what is happening there but that is where he belongs. You can see he's comfortable there.
He belongs there.
Let's talk about, you mentioned Kune as well. What do you think about his comeback?
Absolute great comeback. Brilliant comeback. He hardly put a foot wrong. He stamped his authority as captain.
I don't want to say, I might disagree with you there to say he hardly put a foot wrong. Let's talk about two mistakes. Let's talk about the two mistakes he made. There was an incident in the first half where
we got out of the penalty area.
Came out of the box, and there was confusion with everyone. I was panicking. And then I think Cardozo saved our ass there. He headed it off the line.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
It was just a miscommunication, I think. And I think it's because him coming back to players also, maybe it's a thing of, him just understanding the players again. And the second time was, I think in the second half, there was a moment when he came out for no reason at all and he got injured. Cardozo had the man. So, okay, from my experience, I'm a goalkeeper. I play goalkeeper. I've been playing goalkeeper. If there's a defender on the man, you don't have to go all the way out and try. You don't
have to go all the way out. And that could have been a goal as well.
And something bad could have happened there. But I think he had some huge luck also in both those incidents. But his communication was great. His distribution was absolutely perfect as always. We missed that. And also let's talk about that goal. The disallowed goal. Was that also just a sign that this thing it's coming home?
You know what? It was a sign. It was a definite sign. And despite the fact that our draw against Stellenbosch still proves to be an important result for us, but this one, it was a really, really important result for us. And that moment there, it saved our asses, man. It really saved our asses big time. So, it's definitely coming home. We should be able to do well against Baroka, try and pull off a double against them. And even though it's not going to be easy, but we need to remain focused. We cannot afford to slip up in the last game of the season. We cannot. We have to switch on. Daniel Okpei, he's out for the rest of the season, so now it's Kune back on. And we need him. We really, really need him to really lead us to victory on Saturday. Because now, after this victory, even though I felt so relieved because of the way Chippa United were really, really coming at us, they didn't even look like they were playing with 9 men, and we were just allowing them to come at us. But you know what? Enough about that. We got the 3 points. We finally won at Orlando Stadium since 2009. And mind you, the last time we actually won at Orlando Stadium in 2009, it was a 2-0 win over Golden Arrows, and Kaizer Chiefs Jr. was one of the goal scorers as well. And I think he scored Chiefs' 5,000th goal at that time at the PSL. Yeah, so really, really significant. But I tell you, we really needed this win so badly, and we got it. I mean, the Lions spirit is there now. It's really there, Mish. The lion spirit is there. Uh, Samuel Nekovic, he could have scored via that free kick. It was really going in. I mean, just that late technique that he actually
Mm.
done.
Mm.
My goodness, hard and low. I want him to take the exact same free kick on Saturday. He must. He deserves it.
I think
Because
he
already
should. I
Gabadinho
mean,
Mhango scored against Maritzburg United, so he still remains top of the goal scoring ranks there. But
mm.
I can tell you, Samuel Nurkovic, he should put it in for us on Saturday. You should just bring it home for us, man. Him and the rest of the guys.
I was surprised that he took the free kick because I mean we always get Manyama or Parker taking things, and then when he took it, I was like, why hasn't he been taking it the whole season? Imagine how many goals he
Exactly.
could have scored from more set pieces.
You could have been over 20 goals by now, bro. Could have been over 20 goals by now. I mean, and you check how Bernard Parker really, really played. He was playing very well. First time in a long time. He played with such intent. He now knew what to do with the ball. I mean, this was the Bernard Parker of old, which was like vintage Bernard Parker that we saw tonight. Kudos to him. He should have been playing like that post-lockdown and even pre-lockdown as well. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I really give kudos to him. He showed some real leadership there. He showed real leadership, but other than that, all the guys, they really need to be applauded for their efforts, even though they scared us in some moments. But 3 points is 3 points, and we got it. We still remain at top of the log, and I don't feel we're gonna be dethroned. I mean, really, we just need to win on Saturday, and Saturday it's gonna be Kaizer Chiefs' day.
Um, we've seen also a lot of rotation every game.
Yeah.
What differences will we see from today's starting lineup and Saturday's? What will you change anything? Do you think Middendorf is going to change anything? I think Moleko might be injured. I don't know how bad it
Yeah, it
is.
might be.
So it looks like Rama might start. Or Ntia, I don't know. Who knows? I haven't seen it. Ntia wasn't even on the bench today, right?
No, I didn't see him on the bench. He wasn't. Mm-mm.
So how would you line up on Saturday?
Okay, Cunha in goal, and then I'll still play the 4-4-2 formation. Only this time, because it's gonna be a headache as far as Reef Rosler is concerned. Because I'm really worried about Mpahlele now. There was a moment during the game where the ball has been squared by Chippa United, and he just let the ball go past him up until it landed on I think it was Prem, when he could have been first on the ball. You know, so I'm really worried about him. Yeah, I'm really, really worried about him. Yeah, I'm really worried about him because that is how Bloemfontein Celtic got to score the equalizer. They got to score the equalizer because of Mpahlele and Maxwell goal. So if Mpahlele is going to be playing, he really, really needs to wake up. And he needs to pass the ball accurately. He needs to pass the ball, with precision and with accuracy. You can't just pass anyhow, all right? Just shouldn't be passing the ball anyhow. So yeah, I really do not want a lot of changes in Saturday starting lineup, and I'm just hoping Manyama is fit for Saturday. I'm hoping Moleko is actually fit for Saturday because he's been solid. He's been really solid, and in a game like this, where Baroka are really going to rely on their wingers and their midfielders, we definitely need Moleko there because I can tell you, Baroka are going to come out guns blazing on Saturday. They're going to go out of the way to try and beat us, and we don't want to allow that to happen. So I'm really not expecting a lot of changes on Saturday. Just keep the same formation, keep the same positions, and if needs be that we have to rotate, then rotate specific positions where needed. But starting tomorrow morning, Chiefs are really, really gonna have to train very hard, and very smart as well. Because Baraka are not easy to beat these days, and the last thing we need is a draw. Whereas in the other game, Mamelodi Sundowns end up with, we don't want that. We want to win, and we need to put Baraka out very early. That should be our main tactic. Put Baraka out early, score a couple of goals, go into halftime probably 3-0 up. So as we put pressure on the other team. However, second half, we just need to kill the game. We just need to kill the game so that come to the last 10 minutes, it's just nice time. Just nice time. You can stretch your stuff. You can display your skills and all. We need to play the Kaizer Chiefs way on Saturday. That would be my build-up to Saturday's final game. We need to put Baraka out early, score an avalanche amount of goals as well, even though we lead by goal difference, but it's still not enough because Sundowns are equal on points with us when it shouldn't have happened at all. But it is what it is. All right. We are facing the music, and we've been given a lifeline. We took advantage of that lifeline today, even though we could have scored by an avalanche of goals. But Saturday, it's no excuse. We need that title. We want it. How badly do the players want it now? With the right dedication and the will to win, I do not see us not succeeding.
Definitely. I like that. Tell me now, another funny thing is, because anything can happen, where do you think the trophy is going to be? Like, are they going to fly the trophy by helicopter, or what's going to happen? You know?
Well, the good thing is, you know what? The good thing is that there's not going to be any helicopter flying and stuff like that. I doubt there's going to be a helipad there in the at Wits, because the only helipad there is at the Millpark Hospital, which is only a stone's throw away from Millpark Stadium. So let it be by bus, let it be by car, whatever, because it's still within the same city. All right, still within the same city. Sundowns will be playing in Doctorville. We will be playing in downtown Joburg. So probably it will just be by car or van, whatever the case may be. For as long as it comes to Millpark, to Bidfest Stadium, that's what matters. All right. So whatever mode of transport, I just don't give a damn, for as long as it's coming to us. That's all there is to it.
Cool, man. And your last one, man of the match?
Wow. Oh, Billy Bloodclot Yachts. I'm gonna have to give it to him.
Billy, you know what you call it now? Billy Bloodclot Yachts.
I've been waiting to call him that a long time, so he could motivate him. I mean, come on,
Billy
this guy, he was supposed to have been banging these goals like crazy the whole season. So when I saw him finally score, I was like, Billy Bloodclot Yachts. I was like, yes, it had to be him. It has to be him. But on a serious note, he really played well. He hardly put a foot wrong. That is what I loved about him today. So I would really give the man of the match to him. And it would give him motivation for Saturday. He must do exactly the same thing on Saturday. Very Bloodclot, yeah, man.
Thanks, Angela. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Saturday. We'll talk about anything that you want to talk during the week. But yeah, let's do the best for Saturday. Let's do this. Let's win this Premier League. Come on.
Let's do this. The title is coming home.
Amakosi for life, my brother. Thank you so much.
Amakosi for life, my brother.
Sure.
You're watching Amakosi for live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for live, and give us a like on Facebook.